Hey everyone, it's Phoebe. As always, I hope you're staying safe and well. Okay, so I was looking back through some of AD's old videos and I found something that caught my eye, or my ear, should I say. It's when he was discussing Cherlyn Cadle's book before he had her on his channel. So I thought I would upload it as it is rather interesting what he's got to say. Now, this video isn't really about Cherlyn Cadle at all, but I thought I would include a little bit of her just to re-emphasise something. But don't get distracted by that, because the main issue is just to remember that AD is co-authoring a book, and B, he is also reading out some letters from Christopher. So just bear those two things in mind when you listen. I'm not really going to talk about it a lot after, because I think most of it is very, very self-explanatory. Okay, so I hope you enjoy watching my video. I'll speak to you in a moment.
Armchair Detective, not technical. Lucky for us, Cherlyn is a bit, and we've got her here now. I apologise for the delay. I'd like to welcome you, Cherlyn, to our show. You're most welcome. I hope you feel comfortable with us.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I do feel comfortable with you guys. You've always been very kind. Always been very kind. Always been very kind.
Well, you smell a rat straight away. They decide to make the book out of letters that he writes over a period of time. So he's writing letters to her. Cherlyn, he's writing her letters. Cherlyn, he's writing her letters. That's not how authors work. If you want to write somebody's story, you talk to them and record it. And then you can, like you see with me, you ask them questions. It's no good him just writing stuff. The way to write a book is to do it with somebody. That's how people write books. Ghost write a book. You talk to them and get the information you want. She hasn't got the information you want. She's got the information that he sent her. The excuse being, and this is a bloody excuse. This is an excuse. He didn't want to do it the way I said, or she might have done one or two interviews this way. He didn't want to do it face to face because the prison will record everything he said. Well, the prison reads every letter he writes, so he can't really give anything out really that's going to incriminate himself, can he? I mean, he can't, can he? Because the FBI are going to get it before she does.
Always been very kind.
Okay, so just to explain about his letters, they're not likely to be opened. There are exceptions to the rule, of course there always are, but I don't see at this point why Chris Watts would be an exception to the rule, because he's been convicted, he's been sentenced, so I can't imagine that he would be under any special regulations at the moment. Okay, so there are two inmate handbooks for Dodge Correctional. One of them is for general population, the other for assessment and intake. And general population is as follows. You may correspond with anyone unless expressly denied, as long as your correspondence does not violate federal law, court orders, state statutes, or the DOC, DAI, DCI policies and procedures. Correspondence between inmates and with parolees must be submitted unsealed and is subject to monitoring. So the only mail that needs to be submitted unsealed is that mail going to other inmates or parolees. Mail going to ordinary people, family and friends, can be submitted sealed. So unless Chris is, as I say, unless he's on special restriction, which I don't see why he would be, then his mail is not being read. Okay, so moving on to the handbook for Dodge Correctional Institute Assessment and Intake. That basically says that outgoing mail may be sealed except when corresponding with other inmates. Now, we don't know whether he's still in assessment and intake, but if he is, as he was in February, then his outgoing mail can definitely be sent out sealed as it's not being read. As I said, there's always exceptions to the rule, but I see no reason why Chris Watts, whether he's in general population or assessment and intake, why he would be under any special rules and regulations as far as his mail and correspondence is concerned. So I think AD is wrong there again. Anyway, this is all a very big distraction to the point of my video, but I did just want to clarify that because I think that's quite a good point, that his mail is not being read.
This is not some new confession. This is not some new confession. This is a whitewash. This is a whitewash. With a few little antidotes thrown in. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be things he didn't tell the FBI. Well, sure, they're going to be chuffed about that. That it said to some Bible lady from Chicago. I mean, what's it all about? Money, I suppose. It will sell. They're taking pre-orders now, $19 a go.
And I believe you are also taking pre-orders for your book that's due out in September, aren't you, AD?
Why has she got his blessing? Think about that. What is going on behind the scenes to manoeuvre this woman in front of the public so you can get this story, this whitewash, Chris's own words. This whitewash, Chris's own words. The words he wants you to hear. The words he wants you to hear. But you know from my friend Richard last night, psychiatrist, he knows these sort of people. He knows that Chris doesn't look between truth and lies. He doesn't know what a lie is. He doesn't know what the truth is. He just says stuff. He just says stuff. He just says stuff. Because he doesn't see it a lie to cover it up, the truth. Because if he admits to himself what he's done, it go crazy. So his lies are so deep that he thinks they're the truth. He really does. His lies are so deep that he thinks they're the truth. He really does. He's deluded himself that badly to think that he's a servant of God. He writes himself in Christ, Chris, like some sort of apostle. He's gone. Mentally, he's gone. He's gone. Mentally, he's gone. Yet we want to read his words. Yet we want to read his words. Does anybody really think he's going to tell the truth? Does anybody really think he's going to tell the truth? Or is it another fairy story? Or is it another fairy story?
Well, it seems like you've totally changed your tune now, doesn't it, Armchair Detective? You know, now that you have got some letters from Christopher, they're all true, aren't they? Yeah, everything he's got to say is all true because he's agreeing with your narrative. Honestly, I'm just really having to control myself here because it makes my blood boil. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Take very good care of yourselves. I love you lots, and I shall speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.